Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com. It's been kind of a rough morning and I'm excited to dive into a little bit of Bible journaling. Today I'm going to be journaling in Psalm 92, and I have found that when I'm having those days that just feel crazy, that just are weighing me down, that it is always good to spend a little time in my Bible and remind myself where I am rooted, which is what I'm going to do today. So I will put you all on fast forward. I will link everything that I use down below. Otherwise, let's go. I'm starting out with this image of an open book to represent the Bible. And the verse that I am actually journaling on is Psalm 92, verses 12 through 15. And it says, "The righteous thrive like a palm tree and grow like a cedar tree in Lebanon. Planted in the house of the Lord, they thrive in the courts of our God. They will still bear fruit in old age, healthy and green, to declare, the Lord is just, he is my rock, and there is no unrighteousness in him." This is an image that I printed off of Google, and it's still on the original 32-pound bright white paper that I printed it on. And I'm using the stamp set from Illustrated Faith to decorate it and to add built-on florals or layered florals. That's the stamp set style is you have a solid base, like you see me stamping in the teal right here, and then you add lines and add layers and interest over the top of it with generally a darker color, which is what I'm going to do here. Like I said, this is representative of the Bible. This is a morning when I was just feeling a little bit like things were spiraling. Everything was feeling hard, everything was feeling heavy, everything was feeling scattered. And when that's the case, it can be really easy to get down on yourself, to feel like you are not moving forward, to feel like you're stuck. And I wanted the reminder that when I'm focused and rooted in God and in my faith, that I will never be stuck. So this is one of those times that I'm using much more literal imagery to illustrate my thoughts and my ideas within the margins of my Bible. Also, as a side note, doing the stamping is very relaxing. It helped focus my mind in a different way, which I think really helped me reset and refocus and meditate on the things I wanted to meditate on. So I built up the stamping, and now I'm just going to trim out the book and use it as the main focal point on my Bible page. I love looking for illustrations on Google when you're trying to figure out how to draw something. I never consider myself someone that's especially good at drawing things, but I can Google and I can stamp and I can color, and that's what I'm going to use here. It's like creating your own ephemera pieces. This is the stationery, the notepad that is included as part of the kit. I want to take the section in the middle that says, "I believe, help me live it," because this is me resetting. I believe that God is with me. I just need to reset, and I want to live my life or live this particular day in that way. I'm going to add a little stamping on this just to add a little bit more interest, and then fussy cut it out so that I can put it on top of my open book that I have planned right here. I had several ideas for this page. I thought of creating a tree with roots. I thought of having certain things written on the pages of this open book that I'm using to represent the Bible. There were lots of different ways. I kind of let the page speak to me as I went through. So you're going to see me play with the placement of a lot of things. I'm going to take some pieces on, take some pieces off. In the end, this ends up being a pretty simple looking page for me. A lot of the techniques that I used were in the stamping in that book. And sometimes simple is best, especially if you are just trying to touch base, just trying to re-ground yourself or re-root yourself in a verse to restart your day. It doesn't have to be this really long process with a ton of mixed media and all the things. You can do something simple, and the purpose of what you're doing is refocusing, is reflecting on a verse that will help you reset your day. And so in the end, I'm happy that I kept it simple. I'm happy that I focused on the journaling, and I'm happy with the elements that I chose. So we have our open book representing the Bible. Then we have the hand with the flower coming out of it, because I wanted to have the reminder that there was still growth. There were still things happening even when I didn't feel like they were happening. All of the main elements are on the page. I love this statement, focusing on the joy set before me. It's so easy to focus on a million other things. It's so easy to focus on goals that feel really far off. It's so easy to focus on all of the many things that might feel like they are going wrong in your day, in your week, in your month. But we can always choose to focus, or in my case, to refocus on the joy that is around us and the joy that God has put in our lives. And that was something I wanted to reflect on this page. All right, so these are all the main elements. I'm going to get them down on the page. And then the next thing I want to add is a root system of sort. I wanted to remind myself where I'm rooted, where I'm grounded, where my faith is. And so after I get these on, I'm just going to take a pencil and kind of freehand draw a root system onto the page. I did it in pencil first because I didn't trust myself to just freehand draw in marker. And I'm having it kind of go around the verses that I'm focused on. I positioned this open book so that it brought attention to where the verses were. Sometimes I do end up covering up scripture when I'm Bible journaling. That's okay with me, because really I'm just wanting to focus on these verses. I have many different sources for reading in my Bible and studying in my Bible, so it doesn't bug me that some might get covered up. All right, let's trace this in black, and then that's the main elements of the page. Like I said, a little bit simpler for me, but when you are just taking this time to slow down and restart and reset, it doesn't have to be super crazy. So after I finish this, then I'm going to add some lines for journaling. I always pull in a ruler just because I don't trust myself to write straight. So we're going to add a couple different places for journaling and then call it a day on this Bible journal process. Let me read you what I wrote. I wrote, Lord, sometimes I feel stuck, like I am no longer bearing fruit. The world feels heavy, but in these times I will focus on the joy that you have set before me through the clouds. When I am rooted in you, I will thrive in your time and in your will. Thank you for staying with me. That is going to be it for this Bible journal process. I do hope that it inspired you to use Bible journaling or faith planning or something similar to reset those crazy feeling days. This certainly was a good point to reset for mine. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. Like I said earlier, I will link all of the supplies that I used down in the description box below, so you can be sure to check those out. I do want to give a huge shout out to all of my Patreon members. Thank you all for your continued support. I very much appreciate it. If you want to find out more about Patreon, you can always check the link down below. All right. I hope that all of you have a fabulous day. And as always, keep it creative.